Hey, this is Jamie at Useful Knowledge. Stay tuned, I'm going to show you how to make wild clover jelly. Now this is my recipe. It's very similar to the recipes that we use for honeysuckle jelly and the dandelion jelly videos that we have out on YouTube. So if you'll stay tuned, I'm going to show you how to make that. Honestly, this is my favorite jelly. It tastes to me like I took honey and turned it into jelly. Stay tuned. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is pick 3 cups of clover blossoms. And that's not going to take very long if you're covered in clover blossoms like I am. And it absolutely smells great in this clover patch. Then I'm going to go make the tea. Then I'm going to make the jelly. So stay tuned. When you're picking your clover blossoms, try to get the ones that are full like this. Pick those first. Okay, when you're picking these blossoms, go ahead and pick them right at the end of the stem. Okay, you don't really want that stem in your tea. So just get the blossoms. Look who's out here helping us. It's Miss Chewbacca. Hey girl. She's our new pup. She's about 1 year old. Okay, so I'm going to try to get everything you're going to need in this segment. You're going to need 3 cups of white clover blossoms. You're going to need a lemon because we're going to use the juice of 1 lemon. You're going to need 4 cups of water. That's for making your tea. You're going to need Sure Gel. You're going to need 4 cups of sugar. Now, like in all my videos, I use the raw cane sugar. You can use your normal white sugar. You're going to need about 6 to 7 of the 8-ounce jelly jars with bands and lids. Here's my pot. I've got a canning funnel. I've got a ladle, a wooden spoon, and that little spoon there is for helping me skim if I need to. I've just got a 3-quart pot here for making my tea, and this little pot is for warming my lids. Okay, let's get going and make the tea. Okay, first things first, we've got our 4 cups of water in here, and we're going to bring this up to a boil. So go ahead and turn it on to high. Let it start to boil. And then we're going to add our white clover blossoms into this. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add them in a few at a time because I want to look at each one of them, make sure there's no insects or anything like that. Because I really don't want to wash them, because I think if I wash them, I could lose some of the flavor. So, I'm going to go through them just a few at a time, and then I'm going to add them in once this water gets to boiling. Okay, my water is boiling, and I'm going to start adding my clover blossoms. And like I said before, I'm going to check them as I add them for insects. These things smell absolutely awesome. Okay, now we're going to make our tea. I think I have one escape. There it is. I'm going to put him in there, and another escape. Get him in there. I'm going to stir this up. Well, I've got one with a little stem. Make sure you get all your stems off. Alright, now I'm going to turn this off and just let it steep. So I just turned this off, and look at this, it's already making a beautiful color. Alright, we're just going to let this cool down, probably for a couple of hours. Alright, that's all it's got to do. I'm going to put a lid on it, just so I can hold in all the moisture. Alright, we'll be back in a couple of hours. Oh, I almost forgot, you're going to need some type of strainer. So I use a wire mesh strainer like this, and then I put a piece of cheesecloth in it. If you don't have cheesecloth, the old timers always used to use just a clean t-shirt or even a pillowcase to strain things out, like the flower buds that we're going to be straining out of our tea. Or you can even use a coffee filter, just something like that to strain your tea. Okay, now I'm going to strain our tea out of our mixture here. So all I'm going to do is just put this over here. Okay, I want to show you this. Our tea came out looking great. And the 4 cups that we started with yielded 3 cups of the white clover flower bud tea. And this is what we're going to use to make our jelly. And it is beautiful the way it is there. Okay, time to make the jelly. Okay, just like in all my canning videos, I'm going to place my jars in the oven, and I'm going to set the oven to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I've got 7 8-ounce mason jars in here. A lot of people call these jelly jars. This recipe makes about 6 to 7 of these 8-ounce jelly jars. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to start making our jelly. So we got the tea in there, and that really looks good. Now I squeezed the lemon, okay, and I measured it for you because I know some of you want to use the bottled lemon juice, but this is 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So that's what I got out of that lemon, and I did strain that as well. I want to get the seeds and everything out of it. So 2 tablespoons of lemon. Alright. Next, we're going to add our packet of Sure Gel. Alright, I'm going to start stirring this up. Then you're going to turn this on a high. We're going to bring this up to a full rolling boil. And then we're going to add our sugar. And then we're going to bring that up to a full rolling boil, and then we'll be ready to can it once that gets done boiling for a minute as well. So keep stirring to mix that Sure Gel up and dissolve it while this comes up to temperature. And my Sure Gel is almost dissolved. I got a couple of pieces left, but it's almost done. Alright, we're just going to bring that up to temperature, and then we'll add our sugar. Okay, we're up to temperature now, and if you notice, I am stirring this and it keeps boiling. So we're at a full rolling boil. We're going to do this for 1 minute. We're going to stir this for 1 minute. Okay, this has been boiling for 1 minute at a full rolling boil. Now we're going to add our sugar. That's 4 cups of sugar. Now we're going to let this sugar dissolve. We're going to bring that up to a full rolling boil and let it boil for 1 minute at a full rolling boil. Alright, just stir that till that gets dissolved in, and while it's coming up to temperature, you can stir it some. You don't have to stir it all the time, but it's not going to take it very long to get up to temperature. Okay, we're at a full rolling boil, and man, this smells just like clover. It is amazing how well it smells. Now I'm going to reduce the temperature just a little bit because I don't want it boiling over. Those of you with electric eyes, be careful here because it can boil over if it gets too hot and you can't turn your eye down quick enough. This has been going for about 1 minute. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to turn the heat off, and then we're going to can it. I'm going to get my jars out of the oven, and I'm going to show you how I can it using the open kettle method. Okay, once I turn the eye off, I'll work quickly. My goal is to skim it and get the jelly in the jars and the lids on within about 5 minutes. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I am going to skim all this off there. It's really not a lot of it. And I just put it in a bowl. And actually, skim's really good to eat. So when it cools down, we'll give it a shot. Okay, we've got our skim out, and now we're going to start ladling the jelly into our jars. And you have to watch this on your canning funnel. You want to leave about a 1/4 inch head space. So there we go there. I've got 2 different canning funnels, and I try to bring it right up to the bottom rim of my canning funnel. But one of them is slightly different than the other. So just check it. Looks good there. Okay, we've got them all filled, and it made 5.5. So I'm a little short on what I thought it was going to make, but hey, I'm proud of what it made, and this absolutely smells awesome. I want to show you something here on all your jellies. If you've got a little skim in there, go ahead and get it out. You don't have to leave it in there. It's not going to hurt. Be quick with it, because we're about to put our lids on here. You want to work quickly once you get these filled, and they're still very hot when you're doing the open kettle method. But if I see something like that and there's still a little skim that's showing up or a little foam, I get it out. So, but be quick about it. So, you know, I've had this in there for probably about a minute now. So now I'm going to clean off the rims, and then we're going to get the lids on. But see how much better that looks once if you get a little foam there, just get it out. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe off the rims of these jars. Now this freaks people out for some reason, but it's going to make a lot better seal if you'll do this. So I've got a damp paper towel, and I'm just going to go around the rim. People ask me all the time in open kettle, if this is, you know, is this going to contaminate anything? No, it's not. Because when you turn this jar over in a minute, all this hot jelly is going to destroy any contaminants that's going to be on this rim or on the lid. We're just doing this to get a real good seal. You don't want any of that jelly here causing you not to have a good seal. And I don't care how careful you are, you're going to get some on that rim. Okay, got them cleaned up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our lids. I'm going to dry them off. And this also disturbs people, but I've been doing this for well over 30 years and never had an issue. Because like I said, this hot jelly is going to destroy anything that's on top of this lid when it's turned over. So anything there is going to be destroyed when that jelly gets turned over. Alright, so now I'm just going to put the band on. I'm just going to tighten them up, and we're going to turn them upside down. They're going to stay upside down for 5 minutes. And then we're going to turn them right side up, and they'll seal in about 30 minutes. Okay, these have been sitting upside down for 5 minutes. I'm going to turn them right side up. And these are going to cool down and seal. It'll take them about 30 minutes. You'll hear them ping, and they will be sealed and ready for the pantry. gonna come back in the morning and I'm gonna show you how well they sealed. So I'll see you in the morning. Well, it's the next morning and all of my jars are perfectly sealed. And how you know they're sealed, you can see that indentation right there. There's an indentation on each one of these. And last night they were pinging to me as they were sealing, so I could hear them ping. Okay, let's open one up and do a taste test on this jelly. Okay, let's open up this wild clover jelly, see how we did. Wow, look at that. Great gel. Honestly, like I said in the intro, this is my favorite jelly. It tastes like honey turned into jelly. And look at that gel. Perfect gel. It's going to be great on some toast or biscuits. So we hope you gained some useful knowledge on how easy it is to make homemade wild clover jelly. Thanks so much for watching.